Here we go. Hey, what's happening and what's good, everybody out there in the ATL and everybody in the www dot. Welcome. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We're coming to you live. We're in these streets, everybody, over here at the Patio in Smyrna, Georgia. If you want to come and join us tonight, if you like smoking good sticks, if you like drinking good, join us. We're right here in Smyrna, Georgia, 3150 Highlands Parkway. Smyrna, Georgia. So come get at us. We got special guest D. Ledbetter in the audience tonight. Rafael, famous fees on deck from 92.3 Clutch Sports. Hey, and right now, let me tell you, we have prizes to give away for the in-studio audience. We have tickets to the Atlanta United
block party on Friday night. March the 6th.
Yes.
21 plus to enter. You cannot take your kids.
And we have a hat to give away also for another question if you get the question right. So pay attention, put your smart cap on, and you can win some prizes at some point in the show. Just to let you know, we have several different platforms that we go live on: Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. So you can tune in right now. Go and check us out on those platforms. You can get us on the chat rooms. If you have questions or comments, we can get at you that way also. We also have a line, 678-871-9602, where you can call in if you like and get at us as well. So we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. The Petty Sports Show brought to you by King's Broadcasting Studio. And we're coming to you live from the Patio in Smyrna, Georgia, 3150 Highlands Parkway. So if you're in the area, if you're looking for something to do, hey, just get at us. Come over here. You smoke with us, drink with us. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, TL, what you got for us over there, Fees?
Yes, sir. We got an action-packed lineup for y'all tonight. We're going to come out, talk about, we got to talk about the Five Stripes. That's why I come in almost every week with the United gear on. We got the Footy Mob scarf up here in the front. Always got that popping. Hit you with the NFL Combine, because my man D-Led just came back from there, so he got a lot to say. We're going to argue about that a little bit. Give you that new segment that we just introduced called the Petty Sports Fast Five. That's we get 5 topics. Everybody on the panel get 30 seconds to drop your knowledge on that. We're going to move off of it. Little Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, number 3. Talk about Michael Thomas and that ridiculous tweet about Tony Romo. We're going to get to all of that. But, man, without further ado, Atlanta United. They won the season opener 2-1 at Nashville last Saturday. First time in the team history that they've actually ever won an opener. That's in 4 years. First time they've actually got an opener win. In the inaugural match, they lost 2-1 to the Red Bulls back in 2017. They got destroyed by the Dynamos 0-4 in 2018, which subsequently was the MLS Cup winning season. And last year we tied Cincinnati 1-1. So that was a big thing. Everybody was excited about it. Nashville came out in a defensive formation in a 4-2-3-1. It's like they knew that we had scores. That's what we do. We run the score up with United. So, they came out, they pushed everybody back. They got 14 shots on goal to our 6. They played their game plan to perfection. I can't be mad because, it's a brand new team. They just made their way into the MLS. But Ezekiel Barco struck the first blood in the 9th minute of the match, put us on deck. We were up 1-0. It was an early score. And if any of you have actually been following United, when we score first, we always win. We put pressure on you. We do not lose matches when we put that first goal in. And we got it early in the 9th minute. They did tie it up on us. It was a pretty decent match, but Emerson Hyman, He came in with the go-ahead goal in the 37th minute to put us up 2-1, and that's how it actually ended up playing out. It was a tough back-and-forth match for the rest of the time up until the tragic moment where we lost Joseph Martinez. Joseph Jesus is what we call him.
He is the truth.
They have signs of Joseph in the Jesus position that they wave at the matches when we're in the support section. To be Joseph Martinez tore his ACL. He's out indefinitely. Don't know. I mean, he probably won't play this season. So we're going to have to lean on everybody. Frank DeBoer has a very nice system in place at the moment. He started bringing in players that actually match his system. We're going to have to lean on P.T. Martinez, Ezekiel Barco. We need a lot more out of him than what he did in the Nashville match. Brad Guzan is the best goalkeeper in the entire MLS, so we really are going to have to be all the way on him. We got to lean hard on Brad. We really need to hope that Goose don't have to do too much. So we probably going to fall back into a defensive position ourselves like what we actually watch Nashville do. So, I mean, brother, I don't want to take away y'all all the time on the Five Stripes, but I just had to get all the rest of that in. I mean, the upcoming 5 matches, they play on Saturday, the home opener against FC Cincinnati. That'll be our first match without Joseph. I think we'll be fine in that match, but we got Club America on Wednesday.
Hey, man, did we introduce D-Led? We forgot all about D-Led over here, man. We just went right on in, and D-Led right here ain't did. Man, let the people know you in the building, D-Led. Sorry about that, brother.
Hey, shout out to Petty Sports. Thanks for having me on the show here today. Look forward to talking about some National Football League action, the Atlanta Falcons, what they did at the Combine, the Georgia kids. We'll wrap all that up. Appreciate you all having me here.
Falcons players are working out at the Combine.
The general manager and the coach spoke, but no players are working out. We'll see who they're going to take.
Some of them might need to go back to the Combine and work out.
Hey, man, get off my squad, baby boy. We working. I
don't know, man. I mean,
but everybody that don't know, Fees is a New England Patriots guy. He has the local fan club. He's the president of the local fan club for the New England Patriots.
I'm the director of media relations for the New England Patriots fan club in Atlanta.
Yeah, so this guy, you know,
It's quite a mouthful of a title.
Always talking trash about our boys, right? Well, that's what's good.
Man, but you know, before we jump on to the NFL, to the Combine, a couple of just like 1 or 2 more points to make. I can't let the Five Stripes go that quick.
Yeah, and I got something to say.
They got 5 games coming up in the next 2 weeks. I mean, that's a lot of matches in a very short period of time. Not a lot of time to figure out what you're going to do without Joseph Martinez. The team is good enough to still make the playoffs without him. Making a run towards another cup might be out of the question. That could be asking a bit much. I hope I'm wrong, but at the moment, I mean, we really have to wait and see. Club America, that's the CONCACAF Champion League match, so I don't really see us beating them without Joe. They gave us all we could handle last year in the Campeones Cup. We beat them 3-2 with Joseph. I don't know if we can overcome that for the CONCACAF, but as far as the MLS is concerned, I think we can still at least make the postseason.
And the good part about it is that it happened early in the season rather than August, September. They have time to get it together, figure out what they need. And even with the defenders we have with Manza and Robinson, I think we'll be fine down there, man. You know what I'm saying? They won't be scoring a whole lot of goals on us, but we're going to really heavily rely on Martinez and Barco. And we can get those other 2 guys that don't have their paperwork, their visas in order right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, they can get on board and help us out as well. So, you know, I think the season is looking pretty good for the most part. But I think, like you said, in that CONCACAF, that will be challenging. But for the regular MLS squad, I believe they'll be able to figure it out. The coach has a good system in place. He seems to, like you say, have the guys to implement it. And they seem to be doing pretty well at this point. So, cool that it happened early in the year. You know, I hate Joseph went down like he did. But I think we'll be all right, man.
It's going to be all right, man. Joseph Jesus is gone, but somebody going to step up. We have a lot of people step up. Next man up. That's how it's supposed to work.
Plug and play. Like the Patriots. Next man up.
You see, I didn't even say it. Well, I knew you was waiting on me to say it.
I know you can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, bro. You know. You got something on the United, man?
Yeah, I've been studying the recovery time for the ACL injury. You know, the closest one for me was Keanu Neal for the Falcons. He went down September the 4th of 19 in the first game. Didn't come back until June the 6th for practice and so forth, but he was ready to go. That's a 9-month window on an ACL tear. So they're going to be without him for most of this, and maybe he can come back late in the season and help them with their push towards the cup if they're in the hunt and so forth. So, that's a devastating injury for them. They got it's going to be difficult to overcome, but they definitely are going to be without him for an extended period of time. Some other players are going to have to step up for the United and come through for him. They're going to have to get some goals from other places, no question about it.
I mean, it definitely are. I mean, he's arguably the greatest MLS player that's ever played in only 3 seasons. But if that's a 9-month window, then he's going to be gone for the season because they changed the playoff format. Now there's no legs. It's just a straight single elimination. Because the Cup was in November last year since they changed it.
Yeah, so that'll put him out. It'll be a miracle recovery. They'll try to pace it up and move it faster, but 9 months is usually the recovery from that. 6 to 9 is the early window. So
yeah, man, I wouldn't even try to rush him back. We just need to go ahead and get him back for 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got players in place. We can make it work.
Right.
I mean, speaking of making it work, I know a lot of y'all are avid NFL football fans, so everybody was watching, trying to check the 40 times, see how many people hit the bench reps, looking at shuttles like you actually have any idea what that even relates to, all of that good stuff. So, man, we're going to dive right into the NFL Combine. We got an insider right here with D-Led. He just came fresh from Indianapolis. So, man, we're going to start this whole thing off with which quarterback was the most impressive at the Combine?
Well, I was in there for the quarterback throwing session. Of course, Jake Fromm from Georgia was the guy we were paying a lot of attention to. But Joe Burrow, of course, he did not throw. But the guys who came up out of that as the winners were guys you're going to be hearing a lot about here in the next couple of weeks. A kid by the name of Jordan Love from Utah. They're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. So he was the big winner coming out. And then also Jacob Eason started his career at Georgia, lost his job, was hanging out a little too much in Athens, went to Washington, got his career back on track, got a big arm. The NFL scouts really love him. So the way the quarterbacks are ranked coming out of the Combine is, of course, Joe Burrow is one out of LSU. Tagovailoa from Alabama is 2. And Justin Herbert was supposed to be 3 out of Oregon, but Jordan Love may have jumped over him. So, those are the first-tier quarterbacks. And then you get into Jake Fromm and Jalen Hurts. A lot of people know about him from Alabama and his days at Oklahoma. Prolific college career. Went to the playoffs, won a national championship, coming off the bench. To beat Georgia. So Jalen looked really good throwing the ball, and I think team's going to look out and get him in the 2nd or 3rd round and be able to, to play like Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott, who got drafted a little bit later. So he was a big winner, too, in the quarterback group. One unheard of guy that was there, Jeff Davison from the Ivy League, he also looked pretty good in the drills and so forth. So, the quarterback group is there's some talent there. You maybe could find some starters in that first group of 5, and then in that second group, Montez from Colorado, Jake Fromm, Jalen Hurts. Those are some of the names we're going to be hearing as the draft process goes on.
Okay, I mean, from what I watched, I definitely don't have Fromm in that class at all. But I mean, we're going to get to him specifically. Well, he's got his own topic.
Yeah, let's break that down right now for you, Fez.
That boy got a weak arm, man.
He's the intangibles. Those are some of the things that they weigh. He was a winner in college, and underneath passing, and you know that in New England that the crossing route is the killer route, and Jake Fromm can hit those intermediate and underneath routes at a high rate. So that makes him valuable. The question going in that Mel Kiper had for the public was, hey, is he Andy Dalton or is he Aaron Murray? Now, that's a big difference. A lot of people don't give Andy a lot of credit, but he did take the Bengals to the playoffs in 4 or 9 years with some underneath passing. Aaron Murray wasn't able to crack an NFL roster, and he's in the XFL right now. So, and I think Fromm is somewhere in the middle of that. So some team could take him, a team that's a dome team or a West Coast short passing team, and, you know, play with a good running attack and be a plausible starter and certainly a backup in the National Football League.
Definitely more so a backup. I mean, he reminds me of Mitch Trubisky, who also should not be starting in the NFL.
Well, they traded up for him, passed on Deshaun Watson, and now people got to answer for that. You know, passed on Deshaun and Patrick Mahomes.
You see how that worked out for him.
Yeah, it's not off to a good start for them. No doubt about it.
I mean, he showed a weak arm in the combine. I know you say that Jake Fromm is a winner, but he played on a winning team. That doesn't exactly make him a winner like he was the one that was making it happen. He was a quarterback on the 50th ranked offense in the country with a top 3 defense. That was all defense. Every time when they faced LSU and got smacked because they couldn't score.
Well, it was running backs too. They had some NFL running backs to run out there. Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, then DeAndre Swift.
Basically 2 first-rounders he pumped out.
Well, 3 counting Swift because he's going to go in the first round also. So they lean heavily on that running attack. And but, you know, I'm just telling you what the scout said. He's got, you know, some pro qualities to him. You know, a lot of people don't like the arm, but, you know, he's able to move it around and play football and execute on a, you know, high level. He's a proficient. He's a you know, a kind of a game manager type quarterback, which really doesn't do you a lot of, you can't give him a lot of love. But
Jake Fromm is a 6th-round pick.
Yeah. Well, we got him going in the 3rd or 4th.
If anybody picks him that high, they've lost their entire mind. But, I mean, we saw Daniel Jones get picked number 6. We saw Mitch Trubisky get moved up 4. That does not mean that they're that good. The scouts are commonly wrong.
No question. You want to hit, Ron Wolf used to tell us, if you hit on 30% of your picks, you're going to be okay. What you really can't miss on is the quarterback in the first round. And if they take him in the 2nd or 3rd, it won't be that big of a whiff.
I don't even think he's a talent to be picked that early. His offense was terrible. If they weren't able to run the ball, then they were shut down.
Well, look at this. Look at the whole body of work. The kid won 41 games. He went to the Rose Bowl. He went to the playoffs twice. He's been a big game quarterback. You can't just dismiss that.
He hasn't won any of those big games.
Oh, my God.
He beat Baker Mayfield in the playoffs.
And we see what Baker's doing right now. Nobody had Baker going number 1 either. They did that, and that was
This is the number 1 pick overall.
He shouldn't have been.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Josh Rosen. Who are you going to take?
I would have taken Darnold over him.
You would take Darnold? I had Rosen rated over him. But then Josh Allen was the one I liked because he had the bigger arm and, you know, better athlete. I thought you could build around him better than you could Baker.
All 3 of those guys look better than him right now. Well, okay, I can't say Josh Rosen. He's not even playing.
Yeah, Josh Rosen lost his job to Fitzmagic, so I don't know if we can put him up there with the rest of the group.
Maybe not Josh, but that Sam and Josh, I would have taken over Baker.
Yeah, I had Josh rated 1. I had Baker rated 4, Allen 2, and Darnold was 3rd. And then I had the Pittsburgh kid rated 5th out of Oklahoma State that got some action this year.
Oh, okay. I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they'll come back to me. From South Carolina, Rock Hill, played at Oklahoma State. Got his helmet took off in the big fight with the Browns.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph, there we go. That's who it is. That was my 5th rated. Yeah, that was my 5th rated quarterback that year.
He tried it. I can't say anybody deserves that, but he tried it. He needed something.
Yeah, the problem with him was the arm strength too. That's why he lasted as long as he did until the 2nd round, and Daniel Jones jumped over him. So, you know, beauty sometimes is in the eye of the beholder with the quarterback, and we certainly saw that in his case.
All right, man. Well, Henry Ruggs III from Bama.
Oh, yeah.
He clocked a 4.28 40. Did he project himself all the way up to being the top pick wide receiver now?
Well, people fall in love with speed because you saw John Ross run a 4.22 out of Washington. Then the Bengals took him 9th overall. But what has he done since then?
He's been hurt, basically. When he's been playing, he's actually been pretty decent, but he hasn't played much.
Yeah, he averages 14.8 yards a catch, you know, running basically 9 routes. So, Ruggs is a lot more accomplished player from a bigger program, Alabama, and teams will, take him behind. The big question at wide receiver was, hey, CD Lamb or Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
Which one is the best? I like Jeudy, but CD Lamb made a lot of big plays out there for Oklahoma. So, you can't go wrong with both of those guys.
CD looked good in that new drill, too, that corner catching drill.
The corner, post corner. And John Jefferson, the kid from LSU, came on big. A lot of people didn't think he was going to run that fast. So, this is supposed to be the best wide receiver group in a long time. You got about 27 guys projected to go in the first 3 rounds. So if you need a wide receiver, this is for you. This is your draft. You go in and take one of them wide receivers and keep it moving.
Yeah, but I don't think that moved Henry Ruggs all the way up into the first spot. I mean, we watched him play the entire season. He wasn't the lead guy. You talking about if you say somebody from Alabama ran that fast in the 40, you'd be like, wait, Waddle came out? That's what you would think.
Right.
You would come out thinking that was Ruggs that was burning like that because he wasn't producing that way in the games. I'm not saying he wasn't good, but he wasn't that guy while he was at Bama. He just so happens to be faster than Jeudy, but I would still take Jeudy over him.
Yeah, no question. And then they had quarterback issues last year once Tua got hurt, and then the young kid got out there and tried to play, and he couldn't move the ball around as well as Tua could. So that hurt the receivers also.
It did. Granted, Mac was pretty decent, though.
Yeah.
Little station identification. Go ahead, hit it, Mike Beasley.
Yo, we coming to you live from Patio, ATL, the Patio Social Club, 3150 Highlands Parkway in Smyrna, Georgia. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're on several different platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, live right now. You can interact with us in the chat room. You can call the hotline, the Petty Sports line at 678-531. Oh, sorry, 678-871-9602. About to give out my phone number. Yeah, so we appreciate everybody for joining us and tuning in tonight with the special guests D. Ledbetter and Feezy from 92.3 Clutch Sports. And we want to give a couple shout-outs to Five Stripes merch. Five Stripes merch is Atlanta United fans now have a choice for dope gear. For fans by fans of Atlanta United. 5stripesmerch.com. The number 5 stripes, MERCH.com. They're the ones that are giving away or that donated the tickets tonight for the block party Atlanta United is having this weekend. So go to their website, wear their apparel. Feezy is wearing one of the hoodies tonight. They're very, very nice. So check those guys out. It's a family-owned business. Like he said, it's from fans for fans. It's a company that was started. So check them out. They got hoodies, T-shirts, all that good stuff. So go get at them, right? What else we got? Monday nights here at the Patio Social Club, they have half-off bottles of wine. On Tuesdays, they have a live band set that goes on. On Sundays, they have a day party with $5 mimosas. They do advertisements as well that's available. If you want to advertise your business on their platform and their screens in here, they have a setup for that as well. The number is on the screen at the bottom of your page. If you're watching it online, you can see the number 678-403-2136. And you can follow them on Instagram at the Patio ATL, the Patio Social Club on Facebook. So we appreciate you guys for joining us tonight and tuning in. You know, we're excited and delighted to be here tonight. And without no you, there is no us. You know what I mean? So ATL, here we go, right back at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As we continue on with that good shout-out segment, there's way too many of y'all out there to shout out, but I most definitely want to thank everybody who showed up to come rock with Petty Sports tonight. We appreciate y'all.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and start that watch party. For everybody that's watching online, start the watch party. Go share the page with your friends, neighbors, and co-workers. Go join the page, Kings Broadcasting. You can see the banner behind us. That's how it's spelled, Kings with a Z. You can go to www.kingsbroadcasting.com and click the link, and you can hear us on our internet radio station as well. So we appreciate it. Thank you guys once again, and it's on ATL, ho.
Yes, sir. We right back into the NFL Combine, baby. Justin Herbert and Jason Etham, both of them spent their entire college careers running out of the shotgun. So will either of them be able to transition into an NFL-styled under center offense?
That's a big thing, Fizz. That's one of the things that the teams wanted to see from him at the combine. A lot of the NFL teams run about 60 to 70% of their attacks under center. So, they practice that with their trainers. They did it at the Senior Bowl. And, some of these kids now come all the way up through high school, through college, without having taken a snap under center. So, yeah, that's a big thing, but a minor adjustment. We've seen a lot of guys do it. Marcus Mariota was one of those kids that was a shotgun only, had never called a play. Used to look over to the sideline, see if it was a hamburger and a house and a Coach Gruden face. So,
looking for them crazy signs.
Little crazy signs. So, yeah, it's a big thing whether they can make that adjustment to the NFL, getting under center, taking their 3, 5, and 7 steps drops, getting the ball out, getting it out on time. But their arms are why teams love both of those kids. They can get it up the field. And we saw Herbert in the bowl game. We saw him run a little bit more, so he was able to show some of his athletic ability. Issa's not a runner at all, but Herbert showed that he could run the RPOs. He can do the pro set. He can do the spread. And 6'6", so he's 6'6", 220. They like his size. But, the question about him was, hey, can he command the room? Can he command the huddle? He was a molecular science major, kind of an introverted guy. And so, can he relate to the players around him? Can he lift them up? Those were big questions about him. That's why he was dropping coming out of there. And Jordan Love from Utah State was moving up.
I think we've seen it before. Like what Herbert has given us is pretty much what we saw from Jared Goff. Goff came in with a strong arm. He's really tall. He put up crazy numbers at Cal, and he never took any snaps under center. He came out with Jeff Fisher and looked like he was trash, and then you brought in McVay, and all of a sudden he took his team to the Super Bowl. But he's still a product of whoever the offensive coordinator is. I really think that picking Herbert or Eason is going to be really a matter of who the offensive coordinator is or who the head coach is and what their system is. If he's got a McVay-type system, they're going to need that along with a Gurley-level running back to help one of those quarterbacks to actually transition in as opposed to somebody who can do both. You need a lot of help. Yeah, no question about it, but Goff was able to lean on Todd Gurley, and then he was able to throw off of Gurley to, he had some pretty decent receivers. He had Sammy Watkins the one year, Cooper Kupp, and they were able to spread that ball around to the receivers, and that's how they got good all of a sudden with Sean McVay calling the attack. Now we're going to see Burrow go 1 to Cincinnati. Tua's going to go 3 to Detroit maybe. Miami might trade up to get him. I think he, is going to go to Miami where they have to go up and get him. And then at 6 is the next spot for the quarterback. There's Todd McShay's got the Chargers taking Jordan Love right now, where a lot of people thought Justin Herbert might go. So then at that point, Herbert's falling. And then Nick Easton is moving up. So Jacob Easton. So, that's how the quarterbacks are going to break down. Those are the teams that are, definitely in the hunt for those top 3, 4 quarterbacks. Then, folks start trying to trade up. The whole quarterback picture is going to be interesting because of the veterans. That's getting ready to shake out here in the next couple of weeks, where Brady's going, where Phillip Rivers is going, where's Jameis Winston going to end up. Chicago's going to be a landing place. Look like Cam is going to be going back to Carolina. If his health's okay, they're saying they want to keep him now. So the veteran quarterback market is going to take off, and then we'll see where these rookies are going to go. Yeah, the quarterback market is definitely going to depend on where the older guys go. So, we definitely got to wait for that to unfold. But as far as what else, so we're looking at the DBs. When I normally look at the draft, I wait on the DBs to come out. I want to see the safeties. I want to see the corners because I'm looking to see who the burners are. I didn't really see that from them this year. they weren't slow, but I didn't really get many times. But they only had one guy ran them. We had, what was that, Javelin Geardy? He ran a 4.29. Right. Outside of him, the wide receivers were faster.
Right. Christian Fulton was the one, a lot of people wanted to see coming out of LSU. Would he move up? But one of the big jumpers was Xavier McKinney from Atlanta, Roswell High, the big safety from Alabama. He's going to be one of the top safeties to go in the draft. Another one was Kyle Duggar. A lot of people don't know who that kid is. He was a 5'6" player in high school, then he shot up all of a sudden over at Whitewater High here in Fayetteville. Ended up at Lenoir Ryan College up in North Carolina, and a lot of people love him. They know he's raw, but he can hit, and he's got size. So, you don't have the top flight corners that we've seen in the years past, but there is some quality at the cornerback position.
I just be kind of weary because of how fast some of the wide receivers are, the ones that are in the league and some of the ones that are coming out. I don't know if these DBs in this current class are going to have the top-end speed to actually keep up with them. You see what kind of problems teams like Kansas City and San Francisco present to you because they have teams that are just world-class sprinters.
Yeah, no question about it. They, they spread you out and they hit you with speed. You see Tariq Hill and McCole Hartman running off each other. Then Sammy Lee
Sammy's
Watkins.
fast, too.
Sammy's fast, too. You saw that move he put on Richard Sherman in the Super Bowl to get free. Richard's not a fast corner. He tries to keep you in front of you and put his hands on you and so forth. So, there are going to be a lot of corners like that. They're going to be playing off the ball. They're not going to be able to get up on the line, get in their face, and attack receivers. So, that's going to be the style of corner going here.
Is that looking like the corner is heavy with the DBs are heavy with zone defensive back corners right there. They're not man-up guys. They're not fast enough.
A lot of cover two corners. Cover two corners here in this draft.
Might find the next Asante Samuel out there.
I don't think so. Not in this group. Yeah, Okuna's the best one from Ohio State. He's going to go high. Could go number 3 to Detroit. We saw him.
That high?
Pardon me?
You think he'll go that high?
Yeah, he's going that high. Yeah. He marks out better than Denzel Ward, who went 4.
Yeah, he had his prospect grade was 7.15. That's pretty high because most of your elite guys go at around 8 or better. You know what I'm saying? Look, give or take. But he rounded out at about 7.15. He ran a 4.48 in the 40. So that guy's he's going to do real well.
Okay, that's not bad at all. So before we get to the last couple of things on the combine. No, I didn't really look too tough on the defensive guys, other than you were there to actually check it out. What defensive player most impressed you at the combine?
Oh, that's easy, man. My man Derek Brown out of Lanier High School in Gwinnett, the big Auburn tackle. Man, if you can get him, he's going to go high. He's going to go real high. He did a really good job, at the combine for a big guy running and so forth. Now, the other, Derek, he's definitely going to be a guy that you could build your defense around. He comes out of the combine as one of the big winners. Then the other Auburn tackle, too, is another big winner. He'll be later in the first round. But, yeah, certainly Derek Brown from Auburn, from Lanier High, local kid. He's certainly done a good job at the combine to be one of the first names coming off the board.
Okay, that's surprising not to hear Chase Young, because that's all everybody been talking about.
Well, yeah, and you also have Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's a good guy, and he got high marks as well. Well, not necessarily high mark. He got a 6.7, but he's expected to be a really good pick for somebody. If we can get that guy, I think things are pretty line. Get him next to Grady Jarrett on that line. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a really nice compliment, man. He's a hybrid guy, too. He can play the 3-4-4-3 set and kind of do some outside linebacker work. So the Falcons, if he's still on the board, that may be a good guy to go after. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout. But once again, we never know what the Falcons are going to do when it comes to getting the picks, man. Every year we get surprised.
Well, yeah, today that was my column on the Cover 99 blog, was that the defensive ends, the Falcons need a pass rush. They're not bringing back Vic Beasley. So the pass rushers aren't that good once you get past Chase Young. Clavion Chason from LSU is the second guy. What? And then A.J. Epinesa from Iowa is the third guy. A.J. ran slow, looked stiff, not real athletic. Big kid at 6'6", 280, but not a whole lot of pass rush. And our guy, Big Chuck Smith, told me that Clayson was the better pick, but maybe not at 16. So my column today was about, hey, the Falcons got to go all in, trade the picks, move up to 2, and get Chase Young. Because the Falcon fans are, and I talked to Mike about this, they're kind of checked out a little bit, you know.
Epinesa, you know what I'm saying? Do it, you know, because we need a playmaker on that defensive line, a game changer type player. Anything less, and I believe that should be the first player off the board for us. We need D-line, we need a running back, we need a O-line guy.
That all depends on what kind of moves you make in free agency before the draft, though.
Tight end, you know, so, I mean, we'll see. I hope they make it work.
Yeah, that was a big news, too, coming out of the Falcons camp up at the Combine was that, hey, Austin Hooper, Devondre Campbell, and Wes Schweitzer are going to be allowed to go to free agency because they don't have enough money to sign them. And the other big thing for the Falcons was that they interviewed 14 different running backs. So that, you know, signaling that, you know, Devontae Freeman's not coming back. They also interviewed all the pass rush guys, and they interviewed a lot of the guards because, you know, they're going to need a left guard, and they're going to need somebody to take over at center eventually. So, you know, they interviewed a kid from Kansas, Hakeem Adiyajah, and they interviewed a lot of the guards that can maybe come in and fit into that left guard spot. So in the first 3 rounds, they have to come up with a defensive end, a left guard, and a running back. So it depends on which value you place on that player and which round you take him. Dimitrov said that while we don't think that there is a lot of good pass rushers in the draft, that they believe that they can find one in the first, second, or third. So that's how their scouting board is set up. We know they can find a running back late. You know, the Allaire kid from LSU is a possibility. Cam Akers from Florida State is a possibility. You know, and there are a lot of...
Jonathan Taylor was really impressive.
Taylor's the one I might go him at 16. He all of a sudden makes your line better. Then you got your Michael Turner type running back that you could throw your play action passes off of and so forth. So yeah, I wouldn't rule out a Jonathan Taylor move either. Even though
if he makes it that far back, that would definitely be a good look.
Yeah, he might because there's so many wide receivers in this draft. The running back might be exactly what you need.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. At 16, say for instance the Falcons do not trade up to go for one of the elite players. At 16, do they go for the best available or still try to go for a need?
I'm always the best available guy because when you start taking people out of need, you end up making big mistakes. Now, go back 2 years ago when they took Tack McKinley at 26. Hasn't worked out. TJ Watt was on the board. He went 4 picks later to Pittsburgh. Now, through 3 years, they always say don't come back to the draft till it's 3 years down the road. So here, 3 years down the road, they drafted Tack McKinley, who had shoulder problems in college. What's happened? He's been hurt. He's got a shoulder surgery this offseason. Now, he's played in 41 games, only made 21 starts. He's got 16.5 sacks. TJ Watt has played 47 games, started the whole time. All 47 games, he's got 35.5 sacks. He's killing it.
Yeah.
He's double tax production. So they blew that by taking the need guy over the best available guy, worrying about if he was going to fit in your scheme or not. At 16, you take the best player available, hands down.
All right, that's what's up. We're going to do
Oh, absolutely. So, man, check it out. I know it's a whole lot of Savannah State folks in here. I know it's some Morehouse grads in this joint. Fort Valley. So y'all see where we're going with this right here. said Albany State. I thought I heard that back there. Okay. So check this out. The NFL is actually showing love.
Right, you got the combine.
Coming up on March 27th to the 29th, the NFL is now hosting an HBCU combine for 50 recruits. They'll be all expense paid out to Miami for a separate combine workout just for the HBCU players who don't normally get a chance to be seen.
Outstanding.
Because we know there are a lot of HBCU players that are Hall of Famers, best players in the league, all types of things. So,
Yes,
man, that's a good look for the league.
Yeah, it is, man. Hey, Checkmate
So
Sports.
who? Oh, Checkmate Sports? Who is that?
I have no idea. Hey, we're going to give you got some people in your chat room you want to shout out? You want to say something?
Yeah, I'm thinking Checkmate Sports representing some players over there. Is that correct? Yeah.
Must
All
be.
right, exactly. And then Fort Valley, I thought Ricardo Locker was y'all's last star, right? He retired of injury. Yeah. Yeah. He should have caught the ball in the Super Bowl when Russell should have handed it off, but Ricardo is going to be a good pro. The punter, yeah, Mark King. Yeah, Mark King. He's kicking in the XFL right now.
All right, we're going to give a promo right quick. Thank you guys for joining us once again here at the Patio Social Club in Smyrna, Georgia, 3150 Highlands Parkway. You want to come out and hang with us? We're talking sports, football, combine, soccer. You know what I'm saying? So get at us. You know, we in the building, everything. We want to give a shout out to 5 Stripe Merch once again. 5stripemerch.com. For fans, by fans, Atlanta United apparel. Go and get your gear. You see Famous Fees over there wearing one of the jerseys. You want to show the backside of it for them?
Yes, sir. Check this thing out.
Run the stripes. Run the stripes. You know what I'm saying? So get at the guys. 5 Stripe
He's trying to give you
Merch.
the essence of the city.
Yeah. The number 5 stripes, MERCH, merch.com. 5stripesmerch.com. You can get at those guys, get your hoodies and t-shirts and support them. You know what I'm saying? They do a great job. We appreciate it. And they're the ones that's donating the tickets to the block party for the Atlanta United question for a lucky fan and listener that will answer the question correctly. All right? We appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Petty Sports edition. We normally go live on Mondays, but we're switching things around for the patio this week, coming to you on Wednesday. So we're brought to you by Kings Broadcasting Studios. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, all of that right now. Get at us in the chat room. I see a few people in there. Eric Eniak, Eric Thornton, Tripolitan Robinson. We got Scott Hill in there. Okay. Hey, you got some fans. Some people know you ain't here, Tripolar. Yo, they know
Her name is Tripolar.
Tripolar, right? Yeah.
That's next level crazy.
You got anybody in your chat room you want to shout out?
Oh, man, I got a whole bunch of people off in the chat room.
Out, man.
Got Michael Hughesman, the race guy. Got Zinnian, Sonia. Got my brother Big Rock in there. Terry Bird, Ken Colbert, Rita Renee. Mello Rearview, the brothers is in here. Mello, my man Shine, everybody in here tuned in. That's what it is. There's 100,000 names in this thing. I can't name all of you, but man, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. When I scroll them, they move too fast.
Yeah. And when you come over to the Patio Social Club, they have events on certain days of the week. On Mondays, they have half-off bottles of wine. On Tuesday, they do a live band set. And on Sundays, they have a day party with $5 mimosas. So come check these guys out. This is a cigar lounge. They have a really nice humidor. You can come and smoke good, drink good, socialize and fellowship with everybody. You know what I'm saying? They have some really nice servers on deck. Customer service is A1. And they're very clean. The bathrooms are clean. This is like the newest hot spot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody been talking about the Patio Social Club. You know, we're right here in Smyrna next to Chicago's Pizza. And they have food. So, you know, get at these guys. 678-403-2136. They're on Instagram at the Patio ATL and the Patio Social Club on Facebook. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you go to kingsbroadcasting.com, you can see our other shows. On Fridays, we do a hip-hop show. So if you're into hip-hop, we have a Southern hip-hop show with D Bizzle and Q Smooth. If they really go in on that Southern hip-hop flavor, artists that you don't normally hear that are on the underground set, that get their music out to everybody so we can hear it. We have the No Name, the podcast on Sundays at 8 o'clock. And the Petty Sports Show here on Wednesdays at 8. So we appreciate 808 on the Beat is the name of the show that comes on Friday, the hip hop show. 808 on the Beat comes on at 8 o'clock with D Bizzle and Q Smooth. So check them out. We appreciate the support. And we want to give everybody here a shout out. Can we give a round of applause for showing the love and coming out tonight and supporting what we do right now? Yeah.
Yes,
we got a full house in the
y'all
building.
for showing up.
We got a full house in the building. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to coming back out and doing this once again. And it's on ATL, ho.
Yeah, since we at that part of the show, we might as well just skip forward just a little bit. Does anybody want to catch these tickets to the ATL block party? We got tickets. Hey, I got trivia questions for you. If you were listening in the beginning, I actually gave you the answer. I didn't tell you it was the answer, but I gave it to you. So, I mean, we're going to catch the first person in this joint that actually can answer the question. For the 2 tickets to the block party, who scored the first goal in the 2020 opener against Nashville on Saturday for Atlanta United?
Next question, what we're going to do is just ask them what their name is.
I told y'all who it was.
Okay.
First goal in Nashville. No, he got hurt is what he did. The pity didn't score. That man said Pele. Hey, it was a funny response.
What you about to say right here? We got somebody. We finna say something.
Let's move to the next question because people starting to Google that shit.
Check. Okay.
Yeah, I see they probably are on the phone trying to Google it now.
Go ahead, repeat that question one more time.
Who scored the first goal in the 2020 opener on Saturday against Nashville for Atlanta United? It was in the 9th minute.
Yo.
Come on.
Somebody.
All this technology at your
The game.
and nobody got an answer.
See, y'all wasn't paying attention. I told y'all that.
Not Martinez.
Who you say? Belay?
No. Hey, we'll get back to it.
Man,
We'll
this is
come
disappointing.
back to it later.
I'm gonna have to give y'all a new question because y'all gonna just get to Google it now.
Get to work, Google it.
It's all right. We're gonna come back around. So you keep your Google fingers ready. We're gonna move to the Petty Sports Fast 5. For the Petty Sports Fast 5, how that works? We'll have 5 questions. Everybody on the panel will get 30 seconds to give you a response to the question. That's all you get is 30 seconds. We will cut you off. We'll go ahead and take the mic from you. We will cut your mic off. Gary will take you out. All you got to do is just slide a finger down like that, and he can't hear you no more. That's how it works. So, man, without further ado, we got a whole lot of dope topics for that.
Oh, okay.
Question number 1. Was Trevor Ariza being petty for hitting Trae Young with that elbow for nutmegging him?
No. We're not just the Harlem Globetrotters out here. We're playing professional basketball. You're not trying to show up players. So that little shoulder he got, he deserved it.
Yeah!
I think that was a petty move from Trevor Ariza. He was just outright embarrassed. That young guy coming in the league and made him look like he looked. That's what Trae does. That's one of his trademarks, man. He's an exciting kid. He need to probably get his weight up after that, put some meat on his bones, get a little more respect out there from these guys. But, hey, you know, I appreciate him for that. Way to represent the A, baby.
Man, I ain't mad at Trevor for that at all, man. That's what happens. You try to dribble the ball through my legs, I'm going to at least reach out and push you back. What you're not going to do is actually go get it. I absolutely understand why he did it. You can call it petty or say whatever you want to, but what you ain't going to do is dribble the ball through my legs, off my head. This ain't no and one game. We in the NBA. You ain't about to dribble the ball through my legs. It ain't happening. I absolutely agree with it. I would have done it.
In the audience got to come. We got in the audience over there.
Oh, we got audience.
That, didn't you? Oh, he
We got audience coming up. No, looks like he's occupied. We're going to move to the next question.
Yeah, what you about to say?
Okay, I was going to say, I thought that what happened to Trae Young was a very disgusting move because he knew that he was getting punked. and I thought it was very ugly. And I think that he should take that out of the game because you don't need to do stuff like that if you're a good ball player.
Nah, we don't want to make the game soft. Like, man, I'm about to drop the ball off his chest.
Hey, we got
Say it with
somebody.
your chest. You tried it.
Hold on, we got one more out here. What's your name, man?
Home team.
Home team, Brandon Lee.
If you
home
can't
team.
stop it, why should I? You paid to stop me. Trey Young is paid to score. If you can't stop me, that's not my fault. And Trey Young got 2 free throws, and the Hawks scored after that. That's 4 points because Trevor Ariza got mad. Get mad, Trevor Ariza. Keep it up, Trey Young.
Well, ain't nobody saying that Trey
man.
should stop doing it. Trey gonna do what he do, but I ain't mad at Trevor either. Neither one of them was wrong. Trey should try him again, and if he do it, Ariza should hit him again. That's how it works. It is what it is. You tried me and I clocked you. I ain't going for that. So, man, question number 2 on a fast 5. Is James Harden right about the lack of skill that's actually required to do what Giannis does? I'm not even going to attempt to say that man's last name. He says all the Greek Freak do is he's 7 feet tall and he runs and he dunks, and that does not require skill. Is he right?
Well, for me, I think Harden is being salty. You know what I'm saying? It still takes skills for him to do what he does at a very high level. That's an all-star guy. You know what I'm saying? He was the captain of the East team this year in the all-star game. So, you know, fuck what Harden talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just like with Trey Young. I mean, shit, you come out there to play ball against some of the greatest players in the world. You know, you do what you do to make it work. He can't help he's 7 feet tall. You know what I mean? So, shit, he's making the best of it. Fuck it.
Yeah, no question about it. I want to see Harden do something in the playoffs. And then also give a shout out to my man. That's home team Brandon Lee from the Home Team in Hamilton show in the house tonight. We appreciate you coming out, home team. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's what's up. But you say you want to see Giannis do something in the playoffs. I mean, Harden, Giannis ain't done that in the playoffs. He ain't been no farther than James Harden. And James Harden is absolutely not wrong. What move does Giannis have other than put the shoulder down, Debo, you go in and just bully people? He ain't got no move.
Shots fired!
I'm not saying that the man is not a beast, but that's all God-given athletic ability. I just said I'm not saying the man is not. He's a beast.
Hey,
That don't take skill.
I'm gonna give you real talk from somebody who doesn't even follow basketball.
That already disqualified you.
No, it's not gonna disqualify me because I know the rules. I follow the rules of NASCAR more
Call
than
the ref.
No. Who
called the ref?
Basketball.
We got a snitch in the house.
Oh, basketball. One of the first things somebody told me was my father is a state champion in basketball. You only got so many steps you can take before you need to let that ball go and go up in the hoop.
He didn't tell you.
James Harden walks a country mile before he lets that ball go.
How much more ridiculous is that than going in the paint and pushing your defender into backboard support?
No, but if you sit there and follow the rules of basketball, you can sit there and watch his feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shake and bake, 6, 7, and then he goes up.
But have you ever watched The Greek Freak? It's 1, 2.
No, I'm talking about the rules.
Man, like Adrian Peterson, the rules say you can't do that either.
I'm talking about the rules of basketball.
He ain't no more right.
You can't dribble more than twice, and you can't step more than 3 times.
He's just
and
as
then
wrong.
you got to stop and pop.
He's just
Or
as
you
wrong.
got to stop and lay up.
You
That's
almost lost it there.
That's the rules of the game.
He's just as wrong. Offensive foul, travel.
Well, somebody need to say walking, traveling, stop. Is the dude gargantuan that's stepping back and popping up?
Do this? Offensive foul. Offensive foul.
Well, call
offensive
it.
Foul.
That's the thing. Call it.
Well, then
But
call
if
the
you-
travel. You making the same point. He ain't no more wrong. But he ain't no more wrong.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate your comment. Yeah.
Ain't
Shout
nobody
out.
ever tell you 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yo, what's up, Lisa Joseph? I see you out there in the building looking If you hadn't tuned in right now, you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope live. Interact with us in the chat room. If you got comments or questions, we appreciate it. Thank you for joining the show tonight. You know what I'm talking about? We at the Patio Social Club here in Smyrna, Georgia, 3150 Highlands Parkway. Come on out. If you don't have anything to do, we'll be here to 10:30 doing this. Smoke a good stick, drink good, come fellowship with us. We at the table and in the building, for real, for real. Fuck with your boys, right?
Yes, sir. Back to that Fast Five. Question number 3. Steph Curry's working out with the Santa Cruz Warriors for his rehab. He's actually scheduled to play shortly in the G League. Y'all hate it or love it?
I love it. I love this. Love it. All right, we got Bro weighing in. He hates it. He wants the Warriors to keep their draft pick, win those lottery balls. I love it. Seeing the guy come back, he put his game back together. Not too proud to start in the G League. You've seen sometimes where the guys get hurt. They try to come back too quick before they're ready. So Steph is doing it the right way, taking the right precaution and trying to come back and put a little bit into this season for the Warriors and get them positioned to return to power next year when they'll have to deal with KD and the Brooklyn crew.
Oh, man, I absolutely love it. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. He's rehabbing. He's trying to come back. The team isn't actually scrimmaging or doing much, and he can't just return the gameplay. And on top of it, he's made some of them dudes' lives. Have you seen them taking pictures with him? They practicing with him. Heard them talking about the experiences they had, watching the way he works out, just to actually be in the presence of somebody that good. He's the most decorated player to ever play in a G League game, period. I think it's pretty dope what he did. It's not like he got demoted to the D League. He's just doing a service. I think it's a good look.
I think it's a good look also, Fees. He's setting a standard for the young guys to follow. You know, you don't have to come back and start in the NBA. Get your weight up before you come up. Make sure your game is right and where it needs to be. I saw Klay Thompson shooting around also, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you peeped that out, but Klay Thompson's out there on the court shooting as well. So I think it's good for Steph. He's missed. The league needs him as well as his team. You know what I'm saying? So big shouts out to Steph Curry, man. We need you in the league. We appreciate it. I like that guy, man. Way to go.
Okay. So now we're going to transition back to football on question number 4. Should the Cincinnati Bengals take Jake Burrow with the number 1 pick?
Yep. No question about it. Joe Burrow's from Athens, Ohio, right down the road. The Bengals need some help putting some people back in the Paul Brown Stadium. He's a former Ohio State Buckeye. Couldn't win the job up there, went down to LSU and did his thing. The Bengals don't pick him number 1, that'll be a travesty.
A whole travesty?
Yeah, whole travesty.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I think they should pick him as well, man. That's the number 1 guy in the draft. They'll be fools not to pick him. They need him. Cincinnati needs something in that city to spark that team, and I think he's a cool NFL-ready guy. I said that back in the playoffs and when he was going through for the championship series. He's ready. He is definitely ready, man. I can't wait till he get to the league to see what he offers and brings to the table.
Man, I think he's NFL ready with the right system, but I don't think Cincinnati is it.
Well, he took the first step by telling them, hey, y'all better sign A.J. Green. He needs A.J. Green. He's got some other receivers. He's got the tight end. They got to try to get that in there.
I think they need more than A.J. out there for him. He had a track squad with him at LSU, and he also had one of the best offensive coordinators, or that wasn't actually Joe Brady's title, but he basically was running the offense.
Yeah.
In the business as far as the college game was concerned. He was at LSU with the same squad the year before that and only threw for 2,800 yards. He came back the next season after Joe Brady got there and threw for over 5,000 yards and had one of the greatest seasons in college we've ever seen. But you got to give Joe Brady a lot of that credit. I don't see him going to the NFL and doing that. I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but he shouldn't go there.
Well, do you think he needs to take Steve Barkowski's suggestion and hold out and not go to Cincinnati?
He really needs to pull Eli and be like, I ain't playing there.
Really?
That is not the right scene for him.
Wow.
Well, if that happens, the only thing that would make sense to me would be for Carolina to come up and get him. They already got Joe Brady to come over there, and I got Coach Matt Rule from Baylor up there. They're going to retool that team. So if there's a way for Carolina to get him, and you don't want him to go to Cincinnati, he can force his way to the Panthers, then that would be the move.
I mean, I absolutely wouldn't be surprised, and that would be a great move for him. So, man, with question number 5, we're going to keep it to the NFL. And the question, you'll probably enjoy it because I know all y'all hate him anyway. Do we even care about what Tom Brady is doing at this point? He's in the news every single day. Whether he makes a phone call, he buys a house, he goes on a trip, everything he does is on social media, it's on the TV, it's on everywhere. Do we care?
Yes, we do. We surely do care. Now, Tom Brady sitting at the college basketball game. Who FaceTimes their boy at the game? He's FaceTiming Mike Vrabel at the basketball game. That's the tip-off that, hey, he's probably going to Tennessee to get reunited with Brady. But John Gruden wants him in Oakland, Las Vegas. Our guy, they want him at the 49ers. We see where
Kyle Shanahan want him out there.
Well, Kyle Shanahan, he knows that Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't hit that ball to win the game. He know Brady can make that ball, make that pass. He got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, two passes, they'd have had a ring.
Yeah, Jeff Darlington said today that there were 4 teams that were ready to sign Brady right now. So we're going to see that other shoe drop here before March 18th when a new league year starts. Tom Brady to Tennessee is what I'm thinking.
To Tennessee. Bill, what you got?
I'm more interested in the reports I read about him linking up with Antonio Brown. They've been having conversations.
In Vegas, right?
Yeah, Antonio Brown and Tom Brady has been having conversation, and they're thinking he may go back to New England with Antonio Brown.
Where did you hear that? You heard Antonio Brown's coming back to New England?
No.
With a package deal. If he goes to New England, he's taking Antonio Brown with him, perhaps. That's just some of the reports I read.
Man,
yes, sir.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I mean, hey, I know you'll love it.
I would love that, but just as far as the actual question about caring about what Brady's doing, I absolutely do not. There's too much. I wrapped my brain around him leaving, and then it was like, wait. I think he's staying. No, he's leaving. No, you saying something every day.
Do you think
he's on talk shows?
Will you still
TV.
be a Patriots fan if he leaves?
Oh, I mean, I already have figured out what we need to do when he leaves. I want to pick up Marcus Mariota and draft Jalen Hurts.
All right.
Well, the one thing will be you hate to see the franchise player go to another team. I hated it when Joe Montana went to Kansas City, going way back when you had Joe Namath bouncing around the leagues. Even Johnny Unitas. He's a Patriot. Dan Marino, when he was done, they wanted him to come to Pittsburgh, I believe. Marino didn't do it. Brady's 43. I mean, how much does he have left? I'm sure he's probably got 1 year, maybe 2. 3 would be too much. And we could throw Phillip Rivers in there. Where's he going to go? The Colts are looking about him.
Yeah.
Hearing the Colts for Phillip Rivers. Now, Tampa Bay wants a quarterback, too. They want to cut ties with Jameis, so they got to get in this quarterback carousel, too. So, it's going to be a lot of quarterback action going. And, yeah, we care where Brady goes because he's the GOAT. Six Super Bowl rings.
Oh, well, I didn't say we care about where he goes, just about what he's doing at this moment because they're following him like he's a Kardashian.
They're stalking him.
He's at the Syracuse game. He winked like, man, so what? It's getting on Patriots fans' nerves. I'm like, bro, what are you going to do?
It's the off-season, Fez, and, everybody ain't into soccer like you, so we watching where Brady going to go. We going to see what Phillip Rivers going to do.
When's the last time you heard this much Patriot news in the offseason? We don't talk. Like, bro, get off the TV.
That's why they're loving it. We're not talking about the Cleveland Browns this offseason.
Get off the TV.
The Browns won the offseason Super Bowl last year.
Oh, so we got another audience member want to chime in. What you got for me, my man? I'm going to take the mic from you.
Oh, you can take it from me. But I'm always going to say this. Tom Brady is a freaking GOAT because of his brain on the field. He has a tendency to look at what's going on and say, I'm going to adjust and do this. He might not have the physical ability to do it, but he has the brain to do it. And what people don't pay attention to is you have people that have all the God-gifted talents and abilities, and they can't put it together. And this dude is not even a physical specimen, but you sit there and look at him like it's about to happen. Leave him on the field. You got 5 minutes. He finna annihilate you. I don't even think it has nothing to do with him or his ability. I think Belichick is a genius. He pays attention to his coach. Watch what I do.
I appreciate you, my man. We got another one in the back. Big Web. What's popping?
Hey, man, Tom Brady is the greatest system quarterback ever, and Joe Burrow will be the white Jamarcus Russell.
The white Jamarcus Russell. Damn.
Okay, then. Reach. Hey. All right, then.
He ain't call him a sorry, fat, no good Slav Jabba the Hutt. You know how they went in on Jamarcus. Damn.
Marcus got paid.
Wow.
Shots fired!
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, hey, tell us how you really feel. Hey, man, Burrows is NFL ready. I think he going to shock the world, man.
Well, that was a hell of a way to end the Fast Five.
Yeah!
Okay, we got one more comment coming from the audience. Here we go.
Okay. Say your name.
My name is Rocky Sharper, the son of Rafael Sharper.
Pops. That's what you call him.
And I like to, I like, and now I really don't like the Patriots, but I think Tom Brady is the top of them all. I think that he's class, and that you cannot duplicate him, and he's just a very sound quarterback. And he's old, but he's old, but he's great, and he's good, and he knows his stuff. And I wish Dallas had him because we ain't got nothing.
I agree with that.
Hey, if Brady go to the Cowboys, that's 6 for Dallas. That would be a wrap off top. I hate to see it happen, but he ain't going there, so we don't have to worry about that. So, man, that was a real ending to the Fast Five. Man, hey, we appreciate y'all for participating. I'm going to bring y'all another question. Like, I need y'all to put your Atlanta United hats on, because the question is going to be about the Five Stripes. We can't give away tickets to the Atlanta United block party off of a question that ain't related to soccer. So I need y'all to, I'm going to have to make it a little bit easier, apparently. Only other person in here to know the answers to the question is the person who provided the tickets.
Well, hold on. Has anyone answered the question as of yet? All this technology in the rooms. We got a winner.
Where'd that come from? So a man back there in the back said Ezekiel Barco, which is the correct answer, scored the goal in the 9th minute of the match against Nashville.
Dale Holly, D-United.
Oh, he called himself D-United. All right.
Yes, sir. Bring the tickets.
I got him right here. I'm not bringing them. You can come on up here. Hey, congratulations to D-United. He finally got somebody to answer that question. That's what's up. You must get out there and show out. You need to buy you some Five Stripes merch to wear to the block party.
Oh, man.
From my man Ross right there.
That's my
he
guy.
Can take care of you.
That's my guy right there. Oh, man, D in the building. You know what I'm saying? He won the tickets. Way to show up, baby boy. He goes to the Atlanta United. He fucks with him. And, yo, get the Five Stripe merch. Go to www.fivestripesmerch.com. Get the apparel for the Atlanta United. They got hoodies and T-shirts. Go support those guys. They do a great job. It's a family-owned business, and they go hard. So spend your money with those guys and get you some gear. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, man, we're going to keep this thing rolling.
Rolling.
I got more hot topics for you.
Keep it coming.
Wilder Fury 3 has been set for July the 18th. 4 months from now. Is that enough time, even if Floyd Mayweather Jr. said he's going to train him? Is 4 months enough time for Floyd to get Deontay Wilder right to not get his ass knocked out again?
Yeah, no question. Wilder's gonna have to show some boxing ability. He's just setting up with his right hand, setting up for the right. We gotta see a jab. You gotta mix that up. You gotta hit the jab, throw the combo, do some boxing, man. Mayweather can only help him. He stayed there and got hit. So I want to see him come out remade. We need to see a Wilder with a left hand, throwing that jab, set up his right hook. He's just sitting there waiting to throw the right hook the whole night. And then
a boxer.
got took it to him. But he's got to box if he's going to win that fight.
Yeah, like that dude ain't no boxer, man.
Hey, we got a call on the Petty line. Who we got on the Petty line over there, Petty Man? We got Petty Man back here on the engineer booth, one of the ones and twos, making it all work for us, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they hung up. Okay, all right.
Oh, the caller is gone. But, man, Deontay Wilder is just not a seasoned fighter at all. Like, he reminds me of after prison Mike, when he came back out and started all the praise be to Allah. He couldn't box anymore. I don't really know what was happening with that. Like, he stopped training. When Customato left him, all he was doing was waiting on that right hook to knock somebody out, and that's how Wilder fights, period. He never even possessed the boxing skill that Mike had and lost. Wilder, 4 months is absolutely not enough time. Even if Floyd Mayweather is with that man every single day, he gonna get knocked out again. You can't teach that man how to fight in that short a period of time. I told you he was gonna get his ass whipped the last fight. I told you he lost the first fight. That was not a draw. Wilder beat him in every round except for the two that he got knocked down. Fury beat him in every round, and they've now fought 19 rounds, and Fury has won 17 of them. That ain't gonna change. When they fight again in July, he's gonna damn near end Wilder's career unless Wilder comes back to try to fight Ruiz, who also has a puncher's chance to knock his ass out.
I agree, man. The Gypsy King, he real. He don't play. You know what I'm saying? When he in the ring, he is a real boxer. And that's something I don't think...
And he's a psychopath.
I don't think Fury has faced that type of opponent to the point to where even if he has Mayweather to make a difference in what he's doing in the ring, it's just not enough time. I don't think he should want that ass whooping again so quick.
We got one back there.
What is that? Well, I was saying, if I said something wrong, I was meaning the Gypsy King is the real boxer, and I don't think Fury want none of that medicine again. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably take him 6 months just to recover and get his goddamn weight up, like it's supposed to be.
Man, is his ear still bleeding?
It may be, man. I don't know. I guarantee you he's thinking about it every day in training camp.
He got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he did.
Tell him to take that dumbass Black Panther Spartan 300 costume off before he walk out to the ring next time.
Yeah, he blamed it on his costume,
Put on
right?
a 45-pound costume and then blamed it on that. Oh, it looks like we got the caller back.
We got somebody on the Petty line calling in. What you got for us?
Caller, you on? What's popping?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, speak on it. You got the Petty Sports crew. What you got for us?
Hey, this is Fly, man. Corral Bilbrew from Forest Park, Georgia.
All right. Welcome to the show, man. Speak on it.
Hey, I want to say congratulations to Forest Park Panther ladies. They are going to the state championship down in Macon.
Okay.
And they're going to represent on Saturday.
All right. Way to go. Okay.
I got 3 things for you.
Go ahead.
I'm proud of y'all, number 1.
All right.
Number 2, Matt Ryan sucked. And number 3, Tom Brady wins when he cheats.
You say Tom
Anybody
Brady
want
what?
to doggone talk about any of those things? Let me know what's up.
What'd you say about Tom Brady?
He only wins when he cheats.
Oh, okay. All right. Fees.
I think we lost the call.
And we appreciate the call, man.
Hey.
Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it, man.
Take care,
Start that watch party.
I'm sure your team only wins never.
Hey, what my man, I need a drink up here. I'm getting a little low on my drink. Can the house bring me something over here? I appreciate it. Thank you much.
You don't have enough wins to speak on me.
Yo, and we hanging out
Doesn't work
tonight.
that way.
We hanging out tonight over here at the Patio Social Club, 3150 in Smyrna, Georgia. Come check us out. We got the Petty Sports Live going here tonight. We got D. Ledbetter from the AJC. He's the Falcons beat writer. And we got Famous Fees from 92.3 Clutch Sports. And you got Mike Bell, baby, from Kings Broadcasting Studios in the house. So, hey, we're going to keep moving.
Oh, we always gonna keep it moving. The next topic on deck. But his superstar wide receiver Michael Thomas recently released a tweet about commentator Tony Romo making more than 90% of all the players. Is Romo's $17 million deal too much for a commentator, or does Michael Thomas need to sit his ass down somewhere because he doesn't work for CBS?
Hey, you fired. I don't argue about anybody getting whatever the market bears. So God bless Tony Romo. Now maybe Mike can get his contract renegotiated. You know, we have the NFLPA contracts coming up. Maybe they can address that and get the players' salaries up a little bit. But I think we let the caller go. He snuck that in there about Matt Ryan. And, you missed that. Yeah, he snuck it in there about Matt Ryan. I don't understand all this Matt Ryan hate. All he's done is win since he's been here. Took the team to 2 NFC championships, had the Super Bowl one. If he could have checked out of Shanahan's play, I don't understand all this all the Matt Ryan hate out here. I mean, they've been contenders every year. If the line's been good, been to the playoffs 6 times in his career. You got to give him some credit. But I do understand that some people want to move on at that position, but I don't, look at teams like Cleveland that haven't had a quarterback, haven't got a quarterback. So I don't understand the Matt Ryan hate at all.
It's misplaced.
And that's a big shout out to D Banks. D Banks is a Matt Ryan supporter. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to D Banks. He can't be here tonight. But hey,
think about Tony Romo's contract and Michael Thomas's comments.
Well, Mike Thomas and Tony Romo. I think Tony Romo, I'm with Ledbetter on that. I appreciate it, man. Set the table and what the market offers you. That's really to help the people that's coming behind him. That's to help the guys in the league that may be coming behind him to do commentating and being an analyst. Romo does a great job. He actually calls the plays before they happen, and that's exciting. And people really enjoy that. So he does really good, man. So shouts out to him. Get that bag. Set the stage for somebody else. You know what I mean? I don't hate.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who act like they don't like listening to Tony Romo commentate a game doesn't actually know the game.
You're right. I agree.
It's entertaining to listen to him actually cover the game as it unfolds because he really does know what's happening before it happens. He's played in a lot of the offenses, and he can recognize it from the booth. But furthermore, between Michael Thomas speaking on his money, he don't work for the same people you work for. You work for whoever owns the Saints.
That's right.
That's where your money come from.
I think most
your
of that,
league is doing they're currently negotiating a collective bargaining agreement to figure out how much money that y'all can get. They're getting you a little bit bigger piece of the pie. Tony Romo don't work for the NFL. He works for CBS.
I agree, but I think in part it's part of the negotiating tactics for the CBA agreement. In part, you know what I'm saying? Well, we got some more people in the audience that want to chime in.
I got a question for
Yeah, but he needs.
I got a question for y'all. Since Tony Romo getting paid $17 million a year, is that the most he ever got paid a yearly when he playing football?
It is, because that actually speaks towards the fact that he's a better commentator than he was a quarterback. He ain't win nothing as a quarterback, but he's the best commentator we've seen.
Hey, and
he earned that money.
That comment in question was from our country kinfolk, Rio Lilly. He's a part of the Petty Sports team. He's in the building tonight, so we appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out and showing up, yeah.
We got another one in the back.
Okay, we got another question in the back.
We got a question in there. All right, yeah, all right. What you got for it?
My question is, in what industry does the person commentating make more than the actual players? That's number one. Number two, as my friend Max Kellerman stated, Tony Romo makes more money commentating on Dak than Dak makes actually doing what a quarterback does. Now, there has to be something wrong with that. We know we want everybody to get the bag, but there has to be something wrong with that. Stephen A. Smith is the face of ESPN. He makes $10 million a year. This dude has been commentating, what, 3 years? It's 3 years, right? Yeah. And he is the highest paid person in TV in 3 years, and this man did it for 30? Come on, man. We already know what that is.
I mean, we can give you a similar response. He doesn't work for ESPN. He works for CBS. That's what CBS is willing to pay. But as to your comment about what other business where a commentator makes more than the players, you name me the last college football player that has a contract to get paid $1. All they get is a $30,000 scholarship to the school. People commentate on them all the time.
No, I said professional.
I mean, that happens all across the board because they don't get paid by the same people. I mean, I think
there it is, but not the same people.
The argument is almost similar to the people that argue about like why WNBA players don't make what NBA players make. And no, I'm not going there with that. It's not the same. Just only the premise on the fact that they don't get paid by the same people. They're not generating the revenue. These people aren't getting paid by the same folks. You are arguing with the wrong people. If you want more money, argue with the person who pay you. If you pay me, why I'm mad at what you pay him? That doesn't make sense. We're not getting paid by the same people and we're not doing the same job. It ain't none of your business what he make. Just because you know don't mean that you deserve more. If you feel like you do, then strike or something. Protest. Flex your muscle. Do what you need to do. You ain't a quarterback. You couldn't possibly thought you was going to make more money than what Romo get. You play wide receiver. It's not happening. We ain't talking protests. I just gave out an example of something that possibly could be done for Michael Thomas to shut his damn mouth about Tony Romo's money. I need you to keep your ears open and keep listening in a straight line because I'm very much so on topic. So for my heckler, sit your ass down. We're going to go to the next topic. Spike Lee got harassed thoroughly at Madison Square Garden for allegedly using the employee interest without authorization. They say that they told him he was not allowed to use the employee entrance any longer. He says this was a lie. They're calling him a liar. They came out and said that it's laughable that he's playing the victim role. I think that it's truly ridiculous that they've actually done this to him. What are your thoughts on the Spike Lee situation?
Man, Spike has been coming through that same door for 20 years. Spike has paid $300,000 a year to see that bad basketball product they've been putting on the floor. He done invested $10 million in that team as their #1 fan. Whatever door he wants to come through, he should be allowed to come through the door. The Knicks are way out of line, and then issuing that statement, that release, beriding him for coming through the employee entrance. You know, hey, if that's a problem now after 20 years, work that out. We don't need to hear about that. You know, Spike's coming to root on his team. He said he's going to stay away the rest of this year, and he's going to try to come back next year if they can work everything out. Spike should be able to come through whatever door he wants to at the Knicks game.
Exactly.
I agree, D-Led. Spike Lee has carte blanche, in my opinion. He should come in any door he would like. He's been a supporter of that team across the country for 30 years, 20 plus, or whatever you want to call it. Shouts out to Spike. I think that's a bad PR move for the Knicks. The Knicks should have handled that much better. They could have kept that under wraps and say, hey, Spike, we can do this for you, and you know everybody will be happy. We don't have to make this a big story, right? So, yo.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's next level ridiculous. Man, how could they actually even fix their mouth up to come for Spike like that? You ain't never seen the Lakers trip on Jack Nicholson for doing anything.
Well, I'm pretty sure when he talked to him, he said, hey, do the right thing. Do the right thing, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm your boy. I'm always in the building.
Right?
No matter how bad you guys suck, I'm always in the building. Do the right thing, all right?
You're paying $300,000 a year to come see that trash product. They can't bring in any marquee players. They're content with sucking and taking all his money. I mean, they should be honored that somebody actually wants to pay all that money to come through your raggedy entrance.
No doubt about it. I got a couple shout-outs. My man, Deron Davis, out in Kansas City, is watching the show. Young kid from Wisconsin. He's out in Kansas City now. My man, Terry Mosley, up in Knoxville, Tennessee, is watching us online here today, too. Let's give them fellas a shout-out. Thanks, Terry and Deron.
Hey, that's what's up.
We'll give a shout-out to the guys up in D.C. watching. We got Chadwick Walton. Who else we got? Coral Bill Brew. We thank you for tuning in tonight. We on several different platforms, so you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the Book of Face, Periscope, right now, live. Get at us in the chat room. We in the building here at 3150, the Patio Social Club, doing the damn thing. We in the streets tonight, y'all. So come over, smoke a good stick, have a drink, and join us for the Petty Sports session. We got like about 30 minutes, 35 minutes left in the show, and we want to shout everybody out and thank you for showing the love and coming out tonight for us.
I got another shout out from my man Clarence Hill down in Dallas. He covers the Cowboys for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. He said, I know y'all are not talking about Dak. Yeah, we're talking about Dak. Dak turned down $33 million, so he got a check coming his way here real soon. He'll be making more than Tony Romo real soon, and Clarence Hill checking in from Dallas for us right now.
Hey, Clarence, if y'all want Brady, we'll take Dak for the next 15 years. We can work that out.
All right, we'll see.
You get your one Super Bowl, we got him.
Brady for Dak. How you gonna take that one, Clarence?
I'll take that all day. Y'all get your one bowl and then get out of my face. And we'll keep Dak for the next 10, 15 years.
It's been a while, about 20 years, right?
Oh, it's been longer than that. 95? Can we even remember 95?
Yeah, 95.
Y'all ain't won a Super Bowl since Freaknik was still popping.
Yeah. Maybe we'll bring back Freaknik.
It's been a long time.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
49ers fans getting butthurt. It's been 94 for them.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Shots fired!
Yo, one more time, we want to give an opportunity, and we want to say thank you for the Patio for inviting us in here tonight to do the Petty Sports broadcast live like we normally do every week. Normally, you can check us out. Like I said, I just named the different platforms, but go to www.kingsbroadcasting.com. That's Kings with a Z. Join the page, share the page, start that watch party. Hey, we in the building tonight. Come over. You know, they got different sets at different points during the week. On Mondays, they have half-off bottles of wine. On Tuesday, they do a live band set. And on Sundays, they do a day party with $5 mimosas. So come in, you know, check them out. See what all the talk's about. You know what I'm saying? It's the new kid on the block, and they doing it real big. It's a A1 establishment. They got a really nice humidor. Everybody in here, the customer service is great. And it's clean. Like I said earlier, it's clean. The bathrooms are clean. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come check them out. You know what I'm talking about? They doing it real right over here in Smyrna. And the boys are in the building to help support it, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. The bathrooms of women can come and use them clean. That's clean. Because, you know, they funny about the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So get at the Patio Social Club on Facebook. That's the page you can join, the Patio Social Club on Facebook. And you can also follow those guys on Instagram at the Patio ATL. Same thing for Petty Sports. Same thing for Kings Broadcasting. You can get us on all the social media platforms. Join the page, hit those notification buttons, and you can listen to us right now on the internet at www.kingsbroadcasting.com. Click the link, and you can hear us on our internet radio station as well. Thank you once again for joining. And are you guys enjoying the show tonight? Give us a round of applause. Hey, that's what I like. Talking about
Appreciate it.
real. Yeah, ATL, ho, we in the building.
Yes, sir. And this next one we got for you. Actually plan to hold on to it for a minute, but we about to come with it today. Is Zion Williamson legit a candidate to jump Ja Morant for the Rookie of the Year? Should that happen?
I don't think so. Morant's been putting it up all season long. Zion's got to manage his back-to-backs and so forth, 285 pounds. But Ja's doing his thing for the Grizzlies. I don't think Zion should overstep him this late in the game. But we see that big train coming down the lane. We see the future. But right now, Ja is out of the gate cleaner with a stronger rookie campaign.
I think Ja Morant is standing alone right now in that category to win the Rookie of the Year award. They're talking about maybe perhaps letting Zion be a co-MVP or co-Rookie of the Year award winner. I just don't think he's played enough games. That would be unfair to Ja Morant at this point. So he should run away with it hands down. He's putting up outstanding numbers. the future is looking bright in the NBA. These young guys are showing up and doing it real big, man. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're going to take a pause to highlight the owners of the establishment that invited us in here tonight. We got George and Keith that are coming over to speak on the business. You want to come over, George? Hey, here we go. The man of the hour.
What's up? Ooh, with my ear. What's going on, guys? Thank y'all for coming out. I'm good right here. Hey. All right, this here, right here in front
of them bright lights.
In front of these bright lights. You say over a little bit more. All right, good deal. Hey, first and foremost, I want to thank Kings for coming out, hanging out at the patio tonight. Really appreciate that. This is something that we want to do every week, bringing us a different vibe every week to the patio, every day. So thank you guys for coming out. Thanks for supporting us. We appreciate this. We're going to do this every week. So, yeah, definitely come back. Hopefully this thing will grow. Just keep the energy up, man. I appreciate you guys coming out.
Thank you, and God bless.
They hit him with the Russell Simmons.
I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Patio Social Club. Keep in mind, this is the cigar lounge first, most importantly. I appreciate, once again, everybody for coming out, and be blessed.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. These are great guys right here, man. They show mad love. They know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Much love and success in the future, bro. Yeah. They got lockers for sale in here, man. You can come in and get lockers. If you want to become a member, come in and talk to these guys. You can call 678-403-2136. Come in and become a member and get you a locker or two. They have some good deals for you, all right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I think it's absolutely absurd that people are even having a conversation for Zion Williamson to actually be considered for Rookie of the Year. No one's ever won Rookie of the Year playing less than 50 games. Zion's sample size is tiny. He's been out there like a man-child, and
I agree.
Most folks could see him doing what he's doing.
I agree.
Barring the injury. I mean, really the only question about Zion has been, is he going to be able to stay healthy? He seems like he's figured out how to play within himself and within his size to where it's not really hampering his ability to continue to play long term. I mean, I can commend him for that, but he hasn't played long enough this season to even be in that conversation.
Well, I mean, like I said, the young guys, the NBA is in good hands, man. These guys, they play at a high level. They're doing it right. It seems like they got good level heads on their shoulders. They're playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. It's exciting. So, hey, man, I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, there's a lot of basketball heads in the house tonight. So folks are going to really get heated on this. I know I'm going to just keep it all the way funky with you and tell you who I made as a preseason pick, because I'm going to stick with it, and you ain't going to agree with it. But as far as what we look like right now, to win the NBA Finals, who I have in is Houston and Boston. I picked them before the season started. Now that Houston has switched to small ball, Russell Westbrook has taken that team over. His usage rate has went up. His points have gone up. Harden is deferring. They're not bickering or beefing with each other. The small ball has been hard to defend. Boston looked like a heavy contender on the way in. I don't really trust the Greek Freak any more than anyone else over there because the man can't shoot. You're not going to get away with bullying everybody the whole time. Who do y'all have going to the finals? I already let you know I got Houston and Boston.
Well, I'll save the West for last because the East is where the contest is. You got Milwaukee, okay? You have problems with them. If Bledsoe and Middleton come through like they didn't do last year, then they're a beast. They're going to be tough out. Going to be a tough out. So I'm keeping my eye on Milwaukee in the East, but also I like what Boston is doing, giving the ball to Jason Tatum to take over for them. So that's going to be interesting. And then the dark horse coming out of the East is Miami. Miami has been putting it up, putting it together, doing a great job with Jimmy Butler. And then I know people want to write off the Sixers, but if the Sixers get in there, they are tough to beat at home. They got to grow up. Embiid's got to play. He's got to play a little bit tougher, a little bit harder. And Simmons has got, I don't know why he doesn't still have a jump shot. But if he finds one, Philly's going to be hard to beat. So the East is going to be very interesting to me going into the playoffs. Now, out West, looks like the Lakers are putting it together. Looks like they're putting it together.
Yeah,
but
they're looking good.
They're looking good, trying to get one final scoring piece for them. But, I'm thinking the Lakers are going to be the team to beat out West. I do like the small ball, but I don't think that style of play is going to hold up in a 7-game series. So I'm going Lakers, Bucks for the NBA Finals.
Okay, you got Lakers, Bucks. I got Rockets, Celtics.
I'm a Lakers guy. I got two teams forever: the Atlanta Hawks and the LA Lakers.
Oh boy,
you know what I'm saying?
They didn't need to know that.
I'll start with the West. The West, I'm picking the Lakers, but I think that they're going to have a tough time going against the Clippers because when they added Marcus Morris, that really did a big favor for those guys. They added a piece that they needed, and they blocked the Lakers from getting that guy. So I think the Lakers, they got their work cut out. I'm still riding with them, but I think the Clippers, they're not going to go quietly. And coming out of the East, I'm going with Milwaukee as well. A lot of playoff experience on the team. Those guys have been through the fire. I don't know who can fool with them right now. Like he said, the sleeper team, the dark horse, is Miami. I like what those guys do. They play hard. They go well in the paint. So stay tuned. That's my pick, the Lakers and the Bucks.
So both of y'all going Lakers, Bucks?
Yes, sir.
You know what happens when when multiple people on the panel make the same picks, they both be wrong?
No, I never heard that.
Oh, you've seen it.
No, I don't know about that.
That always happens.
I'm not sure about that. Well, we're going to start a new trend
Rockets,
right here.
Celtics.
All right.
Team Westbrook, baby.
Hey, man. Westbrook, okay, and Harden, neither one of those guys seem to get it done in the postseason.
Yeah, neither does Giannis, but you keep picking him.
Yeah, but the East is an easier road for it. The East, he has a much easier road.
Y'all give lots of passes for players that they never got it done.
Well, like I said, the road is easier in the East for a team like Milwaukee. In the West, James Harden, he has a lot to prove, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the playoffs for several years. He has yet to get his team in the finals. I don't know if Westbrook will be the answer, but it will be interesting to see. They played before in the past, Westbrook, Harden, and KD. You know, who would have ever thought that team would have broken up? But, hey, here we are in 2020, moving forward. But, yeah, let's see.
I mean, there was no way anybody could have seen that team staying together. It's just way too much. You can't have 3 MVPs on the same team. Wasn't going to happen.
Well, I guess it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is right now.
But I'm going to absolutely continue this push on this next topic because I promise you I'm going to talk about it every single week until I get everybody on board watching this XFL football.
Okay, all right.
It is a decent product.
Decent it is.
The only reason people ain't rocking with it is because people don't have a team and you don't give a damn who wins.
Well, I've been following it. St. Louis Battlehawks come out pretty strong.
Okay.
DC Defenders came out strong. Then they've been having a tough road here. And that quarterback, P.J. Williams out of Temple down in Houston's been balling too. So, you know, the XFL is, a little bit better quality of play than people anticipated. And now, some teams going to step up here and get hot. We're seeing a lot of players that are going to get some shots in NFL camps playing. Not a whole lot, but, there's certainly some that are doing pretty good. I know the folks in St. Louis have been showing up for those games. They even got a little Battlehawks cheer. They're doing a great job. The D.C. crew came out strong. Houston's doing well. It's a good bridge to the NBA playoffs. It's dead season in football. And then baseball is just getting going down in training camp and so forth. So, yeah, there's a spot for this new football league. No question about it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, for all of us that are NFL junkies, we really just need football. Like, this is a good football product. Like, I talked about it on multiple occasions. Like, I chose the Houston Roughnecks just because I like their name, the Roughnecks. But they are 4-0, and they're sitting at the top of the league right now. The Battlehawks lost their first game, and they won 3 straight. Well, no, they won 2 straight. But I didn't really think they were that good. They're kind of surprising.
No doubt, no doubt. I thought DC they came out strong. My man Jimmy Johnson's the tight end coach up there, former player at Howard. And Chris Selford, former Falcons tight end coach, is on that staff too up there. So DC, I think they'll put it back together here, make a run also in the XFL.
Oh, yes. I mean, what I need for y'all to do is actually just pick a team. Don't matter why you picked them. I told you I picked Houston just because they was called the Roughnecks because the name sounded dope. That was the first week I was like, all right, like the Roughnecks, they sound cold. I'm going to ride with them, and they just so happen to be 4-0. My man over here that came in to support, he's rocking with the Dragons because he thought that they were the Dragons because it was Puff the Magic Dragons, which that would have been pretty dope too. But when you look at the actual name, look at the mascot, that ain't why they did it, so that name, it sucks. I just heard somebody out there in the audience screaming they rocking with the Vipers. Tampa Bay, they are last in the East. 1-3. It's all good. The Houston Roughnecks are 4-0. That's what we rocking with. If you pick a team, when you watch, you'll actually give a damn who wins. Because it is good football. And a lot of the rules are really cool.
Yeah, I love the kickoff. I love the kickoff where they set them up right there and then they got to kick it off and go.
Yeah.
I like everybody going for the extra points and so forth. Man, my guy Pep Hamilton's the head coach up at D.C., played quarterback at Howard. Coached Andrew Luck out at Stanford and was up with the Browns for a year, then at Michigan with Harbaugh. So he's a quality head coach, former head offensive coordinator in the NFL, is getting it done in the XFL right now. Pep Hamilton, remember that name.
Okay.
Yeah, I like what the XFL is doing, man. They got a good product out there right now. Some of the rules I see the NFL adopting in the future, like we just talked about with the kickoff. That will probably save a lot of injuries and that hard hat collision and so forth that goes on during the kickoff session. But I'm still trying to get used to it. Like you say, I don't have a dog in the fight, so I don't get a chance to watch them like that. But I really like what they're doing. They're on all the major networks. They got a good foundation to last for a long time. So, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys to offer something maybe like the Big Three with Ice Cube, Ice Cube doing something similar with the basketball. So, I think it's exciting. To say the least, it is exciting, and we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. And I want to give a shout out to Bernard Crawford, LJ Torres, Greg Gooseby. We thank you guys for tuning in to the show tonight. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you were right here with the Petty Sports and Kings Broadcasting at the Patio live broadcast, making it do what it do. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Do we have a question for the second giveaway yet?
Oh, I do. I literally just pulled up what I wanted to ask.
All right, that's what's happening. So
I needed it to be good.
Pay attention, everybody. We have another question for the giveaway. We have a hat. The Patio Social Club hat up for grabs if you answer this next question correctly. What do you got for us, Fees?
So check it out. For my Petty Sports audience in the house tonight, the question to win the Patio hat. This is a Nike hat. It's a dope hat. Got the nice flex fit. Y'all see it. Pretty nice. Now put y'all football hats on. I'm gonna let you know which direction we're going with. We going back a little bit because ain't none of y'all young. You can't even get in here if you was young. I need to know who was the MVP of Super Bowl 31. That would have been the Patriots-Packers Super Bowl. I'm going to help you out. Patriots-Packers Super Bowl 31. Who won MVP of Super Bowl 31? I just heard somebody yell it out. Where it come from? My man right there in the red vest.
No. You said I'm wrong?
My man in the red vest. He said Desmond Howard.
You said I'm wrong. I said Desmond Howard. Desmond Howard.
It came from the red vest right there, right in the middle of the
Desmond
Howard.
Desmond Howard.
It's that. He already said it, like my man right here in the red vest. Well, that must not be a vest. Are your sleeves just black? My bad. From back here, I thought it was a vest. I wasn't clowning. Hey, congratulations. Hey, what's your name, man? Derek.
Hey, stay right there.
What's your name? Derek.
Yeah, man, congratulations, bro. Who wear that hat with pride?
Let me get you. They didn't see it. Hold it or something. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Yeah, round of applause. Yeah, Super Bowl 31. I'll give y'all a recap. I covered that one. Desmond Howard took the second half kickoff back in that game. The Packers came out hard. They came out with a four wide receiver set, hit Andre Rison on the bomb. Reggie White closed it out with a sack. The Packers, I covered the Packers at that time.
Reggie White.
This game was in New Orleans. It was a game where Bill Parcells said, "Hey, if I gotta buy the groceries, I should be able to cook the meal." And so he made that comment. Terry Glenn was playing for the Patriots, but it was my man Desmond Howard from the east side of Cleveland, right out of Michigan, who took that kickoff back. Had a bunch of return yards in that game, and he was the MVP. That was our trivia question today.
That's what's good. Way to go, big guy. He ran that shit right off the top of his head. You know what I'm saying?
Good job popping that one out.
Yeah,
I'm going to progressively make these harder when I see what kind of knowledge that the audience actually has.
That's right.
I can get ridiculous with these questions. It's all good, though. Like I said, we got 15 minutes left in the program, and I want to give y'all just an opportunity just to ask anyone in the panel any question that you may have. I know y'all probably got some topics that y'all want to get on, so long as you don't take yourself to that sport they call baseball. I'm not talking about that. If you ask about anything other than baseball. Oh, well, they'll answer you. Don't ask me about baseball. I don't watch it. Don't watch it at all. But if we got anyone in the audience got questions for the panel.
Baseball, soccer, football, basketball.
I have a question. I have a question to my son. I like to know, what do you think about? I think that it's a bad decision. I want to know if you can answer. I think it's a bad decision that Curry should come back and play for 2 weeks. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, Steph Curry just needs to come back and get in some game shape. He's just going to run a little bit. It's not like he plays a physical style game. He's not going to the hole. He's not going to be getting beat up. He's just going to be out there shooting three-pointers and shimmying out there from the logo. It'll be fine. They may win a few of those games. He's just going to have fun because Steph doesn't care anyway. Steph just plays because he loves to play. He don't give a damn whether they go to the NBA Finals or he just gets a chance to. He's like, I played basketball today. I'm happy. I'm about to go home to my wife and my kids. Steph just, he's living life. I can't be mad at Steph. He going to play his couple of weeks. He'll be good. All right, so we got another one right over here next to me, to my left, right here in the patio. Got one at the bar. All right, we can come right here to that. Right
I got a question for D-Led and everybody on the panel. Is the window for the Falcons to win a Super Bowl still open, or did they blow it when they lost to the Patriots?
Well, they got to the Super Bowl a year or two early, and we've seen the window shift in the last couple of years from 5 to 3 years. Go ahead, Seattle. Seattle got there 2 years in a row, blew the second one, didn't get back the third year. The Falcons got there in 16, a year earlier. Their defense, everybody forgets that. Their defense has 7 first or second year players. So they were supposed to make it back the next year. They get to the 1 yard line at Philly and couldn't get it in. And Philly goes on to win that Super Bowl. Then after that, the next year, all those guys got hurt up the middle, where you lost Grady Jarrett, you lost Keanu Neal, you lost Deion Jones. So that 7-9 year was down. And then everybody was supposed to be back, and they were supposed to be good last season. Came out slow, dug themselves a hole, and now they've got some certifiable holes. They got it. The salary cap is such that they got to start letting players go. So, yeah, the window looks like it's closing, but you have the one ingredient that you need. You got an offense. You got a quarterback. You got a Julio Jones. There's enough there for them to get it turned around this season. We just need to see them make some moves this offseason. That's where I'm at with the window closing on the Falcons.
Hey, we got one more. We got one more question from the audience. Two. Okay.
Before I pass this mic to the left, I want to respond to that question too, because that was a very, very, very long no. Their window is not open any longer. The Falcons are not a contention for a Super Bowl. They don't need the tank, but they're not a contention either. They're about to be they're a habitual visitor of mediocrity. That's what I can give them. Yeah, they're not going to win any more than 8 to 9 games. They may possibly catch a wild card, but Super Bowl's out of the question. Not happening. So I'm going to pass it to the San Francisco fan over here to my left. What you got for me?
So, my Warriors right now ain't looking real good. We all know that. Steph wants to come back. I'm really against it because that's messing up the draft pick. Right now, as we sit, we're a lottery team. We could be the number 1 team. I saw a mock draft today saying that we get Ant-Man, Anthony from UGA. I don't quite agree with that. The reason why, there's too many guards on that team. I personally like Wiseman from the boy that got kicked out of Memphis. Am I right or wrong?
I mean, it's like absolutely not wrong. I mean, y'all already picked up Wiggins. You've got Steph. You've got Clay. You have scorers. You don't really need any scorers. You need people to actually facilitate and bang. It's like Golden State is in a particular position where you actually don't need the so-called best player available because the people coming off of injury, they're not a lottery pick team. They've got a championship contending team that's coming off of injury next season and will absolutely be back in the picture. So to that, I'll say you're absolutely not wrong. Yes, Looney is coming back as well. And for everyone who is trashing Draymond, Draymond has never been a player that could carry a team, but Draymond is great on a team where he's got those pieces to facilitate. Once everyone else comes back, all of a sudden Draymond is going to look like that dude again. So no, they don't need him.
Go ahead, D. Speak on it.
All right, the sport is short. DU Genius. Question for you on the college level. What do y'all think about Clark County Police down in Athens, Georgia, always arresting the Georgia Bulldog players? Because it doesn't happen in Tuscaloosa. You never see it in Tallahassee, Gainesville, Baton Rouge. But what do y'all think about it? Speak on that, because you never see these athletes getting arrested in these other major college towns where they have great sports teams. I mean,
well, one, I had I'm a lawyer. One of my friends was a prosecutor. He said some people break the law. You break the law, you get arrested. Now, I understand that in a college town like in Columbus, you never hear about the Buckeyes getting arrested. But, the school and the police, fraternal order of police need to have a meeting of the minds that, hey, when there are things that could be taken care of, like driving scooters down the street, that probably doesn't need to be handled. But, if you're breaking the law, you're breaking the law. But the football operation and the school and the police should be able to come to a meeting of the minds on, items that could be addressed by the coaching staff. Right. But when you're breaking the law, you're breaking the law.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely had to chime in on that. Kirby Smart is not paying the way Nick Saban is paying. Nick Saban takes care of that. Police department and their pockets line. They get great Christmas gifts. They live great lives because they leave his players alone. Kirby needs to take a page out of the man's book and where he came from and pay them dudes. They doing this stuff at all the schools. It's just them that's getting snatched up. Kirby need to come out that pocket. That's what needs to happen. So we got another question right over here.
I got a question for D. Orlando. D, is this the year that the Falcons should consider drafting a quarterback?
No, I don't think this is the year. Matt Ryan's 35. You got 4 years left on his contract. Certainly, we've seen teams do that where they draft the heir apparent, but it's usually with 2 years to go in the contract. So right now, I don't think that's the time. That's something for down the road, couple years when he hits 37, 38. Matt Ryan's your quarterback for the next 3-4 years, so go ahead and embrace it and, start looking for down the road.
All right, I got a question. I'm a Saints fan, so that's all right. I'll take it. That's all right. So,
What is that?
but I'm a football fan. So let me say this: as a football fan, right?
Only the Atlanta fans hate him.
All right, as a football fan, the Falcons haven't drafted a quarterback since they drafted Matt Ryan. You should have something in the pipeline because right now you guys don't have anything. And I'll still take Drew Brees over Matt Ryan any day.
Well, yeah, that is correct. They've had different backups. Dominic Davis is in here. The kid from Renfro from Duke. Renfro from Duke was drafted by the Falcons. They groomed him, didn't keep him. They're willing to roll with Matt Schaub. They're developing Adam Benkirk, the former Virginia quarterback. And they have Danny Etling from LSU, or the 4 quarterbacks on the roster. No, they didn't change him. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had him at wide receiver up for New England did. But those are their quarterbacks. The Falcons got problems. Quarterback's not one of them.
So I have a question for the experts here. What's the Atlanta Hawks' path forward? We have a star on our team, but we lose. I've never seen a team that I follow lose more than them. What's our path forward to becoming like a functional team? And implied in that, we are not functional right now. Thank you.
I appreciate the question. That's a good one. The Hawks are right now in the rebuilding stage, and they have a lot of young guys on the squad. Their nemesis right now is playing defense and showing up to play every night. Don't know what the problem is with that right now. I don't want to blame it on Lloyd Pierce at this point, but you want to be able to get more defensively from the guys than what you're getting at this point. But I think they'll be fine. We just got Clint Capella. He's yet to show up on the set to help the team out. But this year is a wash. What we have on board for the Atlanta Hawks is in preparation for next season. The young guys, Cam Reddish, Hunter, Herter, all those guys, they showing up, man. They've got so much playing time this year to get their weight up. Next year will be what's to see. And if you go to State Farm Arena and watch these guys, it's not a wasted ticket. They're very exciting, and they show up, and you'll enjoy the game. But I want to get back to the Falcons right quick, man. The Falcons.
We only got about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So what we got to do is go ahead and close this thing, wrap it on around.
All right. Well, right quick for the Falcons. I think this year with the schedule that they have, we're number 5 with the schedule difficulty. So that's a test right there in itself. So, stay tuned for that. Hopefully they'll show up. Well, thank you guys for joining the show tonight. We're here live from the Patio Social Club in Smyrna, Georgia, 3150 Highlands Parkway. Join these guys on Mondays for half-off bottles of wine. Tuesdays, a live band, and on Sundays, they have the day party with the $5 mimosas. They do a great job in here. Customer service is everything you want it to be. They got food. We on different platforms. Go join Kings Broadcasting. www.kingsbroadcasting.com. Join the page, like the page, the Petty Sports page, all of that on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We go in. You know what I'm saying? We do this every week. You know what I'm talking about? For real. No cap, baby.
Just want to thank you all for having me on the show. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and thank you guys for coming out tonight showing your love. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can do this again. You bring a friend, I bring a friend. We can do it all together. You know what I'm talking about? ATL.
Yes, sir. Hey. more time, your boy Famous Fees, the Flagrant One. I appreciate all y'all for coming out, for the love, the support. Y'all coming out rocking with us at the Patio, the Cigar Lounge. Y'all buy your drinks, y'all smoke your sticks. Y'all keep rocking with us. Tune in, rock with us every week, every Wednesday. We're going to be right here from 8 to 10 o'clock p.m. That's what it is. Petty Sports, your boy Famous Fees signing out. I appreciate y'all. All day.
Hey, and go get your Five Stripes merch. FiveStripeMerch.com. Get your hoodies and your t-shirts. Support those guys. They do a great job. It's a website designed and the apparel designed by fans for fans, Atlanta United. And congratulations to the people that won the tickets tonight for the block party and the guy that won the hat. So, hey, appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out, showing your love. And we out. For real, for real. ATL, ho. Yeah. Shouts out to Allegra Miller, Rio Lily, our country kinfolk.